Okay folks, so this one's for the Joker in Injustice Gods Among Us. I'm going to be talking about his changes. He's only got 3 in patch 1.06 and analysing them a bit. So the first 2 small changes are to his Acid Blossom and his parry, and one big change which is to his Crowbar, which is going to be the first one I'm going to talk about now. Okay, so his Crowbar changes. Initially it now has -4 block advantage, up from -25, so -4 it should be safe against everything. Superman's super is now 5 frame startup, so it should be safe against that as well. So on block, your Crowbar should be safe. It gives it, there's a lot more reason to use it. It's an overhead, which is pretty nice as well. And the other one is his meter burn version has a lot more hit advantage, it says, which basically means you recover faster and you can start doing stuff before they get up off the ground. Now, the Crowbar is untechable, so this allows you to actually do something like that, for example. So some new technology that this opened up is the possibility to do a safe jump from it, so to speak. The timing is a little odd, you know, you have to wait a tiny second, not do it as fast as you can, but it is possible, and most people's wake up special moves won't be able to punish you. Some fast ones like Lex Luthor's Corpse Charge will. Superman's super will probably still do so, but it's a little thing which is nice. And there are other things, for example, so you could always dash forward and do a Chattering Teeth and try and get some sort of setup there. Now as you saw, it wasn't tight timing, so Batman probably could have dashed away or jumped before then. If you're in the corner, you get a lot more time to do a Chattering Teeth and then do some afterwards to try and keep him on the ground. And another thing you can do is while in the corner, you can do one of those sort of fuzzy guard type things, ambiguous neutral jumps. Okay, you really have to do the jumping 1 or the jumping 2 very, very late though. Or press the attack very late when you're about to land. Okay, so also when you're in the corner, you can do some nice setups like this, and then keep it going. Mix on your overheads and your lows, and try and get something going, which is pretty nice. But don't forget, it's untechable, so they won't be able to wake up any faster, like this, for example. So as I'm just showing here that it is untechable, you can't roll out of it. So it gives you that much time, which is pretty nice to get something going. But what I like about it is if he chooses to actually do a wake up special move, you do get some time while he's on the floor unable to tech roll to actually set something up, to maybe put down some Chattering Teeth just to pressure him a little bit. And you can actually hit him before he could possibly ever do a wake up special move, which is pretty cool, because although he can't tech roll, so he has to stay on the ground for a certain amount of time, you can hit him as soon as he's on the ground. Okay, he can block and you can hit him as soon as he's on the ground, so it becomes an instant overhead low mix up that he has to take, which is pretty interesting. So here I'm choosing to do back 3s. You can't hit him with all your moves, but back 3, forward 3 do work. Back 3 is a mid attack, so probably not recommend to do that. Do forward 3 instead. That's an overhead. But you can do back 1-3. That's an instant low into an overhead, which is quite difficult to block. And some people might not actually be ready to block when they're knocked down from this because they can't do anything else. So you could do the overhead forward 3. And there's several other things which attack. I'm going to show you which moves actually connect. You could do a back 1 into a Crowbar so that if it does hit you get more damage. Okay, if he's in the middle of the room you can do dash forward Crowbar and he won't be able to actually do anything. Now if he blocks up, he will block it, of course. It's just a mix up. So you could do forward 3 and then do a nice combo from it. And there are a couple of other things which actually connect. Your down 3 connect, your down 2 connect, although they're not really very optimal. You know, you could do better things than them, but the options there if you can figure something out cool about them. And also another little thing which does connect is your ground canister, which is a low attack, which is nice, and you can meter burn it and get another combo. So really it does open up a lot of setups, especially in the corner, where you can make them have to do a high-low mix-up immediately. So it's really quite interesting in that respect. Okay, so his next change, these are quite small now really. Acid Blossom, it now consistently has a block advantage of +5, so if you had problems with it before, hopefully that's fixed. It's really the only issue. It's still a very safe move. Block advantage of +5 is pretty safe indeed. And his Wild Parry, which is his trait move, it's got a reduced startup by 1 frame, so it's actually 1 frame startup on the standing and 2 frames on the crouching. Now, I didn't actually think that was the problem with it. I think the problem with it is the active frames, to be honest. It's still massively hard to use, so I'm not sure that's improved it at all, to be honest. I still find it very difficult to use, and it's hard to judge whether it's got massively better, because I know this attack's coming and it's hard to do it unless I go in a match. But in a match, I wouldn't recommend doing it. The reward you get, your ha 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 meter, is not that good. So overall, the Acid Blossom and the Wild Parry I don't think are very good changes, but the Crowbar is a very good change. I like it because it was pretty unnecessary to use. It was a risky thing to do. So, but now we have proper reason to use it. It gives us a nice setup, a nice timing. It pushes them to the corner. It's pretty good, and you can actually force a high-low mix upon them. So it's really good in that sort of way. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty nice. You get more chances to get your chattering teeth down and stuff. But I wish his parry was a bit better, really. Overall, these changes, I liked the Crowbar one a lot. As you can see, I did find quite a few technologies with it, so that's a good change.